Hi and welcome. I hope everyone is okay. Now, in this lesson, I want to summarize the last lesson, and then we will make some practice about the last lesson. As you remember, we had learned coded data, and then the first table about the first table, we have three students' marks, and the Amber's marks is here, Booty's marks is here, and Chan marks here. If you notice that Booty's every marks one less than Amber's marks. For example, 11 is 12 minus 1, 16 is 17 minus 1, 10 is 11 minus 1, and 10. If we say the Amber's marks mean of mean x and Booty's marks mean becomes the mean of x minus 1, because Booty's all marks 1 less than Amber's marks, and Shan marks 3 greater than Amber's marks. For example, 15 is 12 plus 3, and 20 is 17 plus 3, 14 is 11 plus 3, 12 is 9 plus 3, and 19 is 16 plus 3. If we say the mean of Amber's marks x, Chan's marks x, the mean of x plus 3. Okay, and then if we look at their intervals, intervals of marks. For example, Amber's marks 9, 11, excuse me, 9, 11, 12, 16, and 17. Booty's marks, as you remember, 1 less than Amber's marks, 8, 9, 11. So if you look at their interval, for example, the interval between 9 and 11, these are Amber's marks. So Booty's marks 8 and 10, and 2 is the interval is 2 Amber's marks, the both marks, and the same Booty's marks 2, and the same Chan marks also 2. So it doesn't change their interval, because Amber's marks x, Booty's marks x minus 1, Chan marks x plus 3, and their intervals don't change. We can say standard deviation, the marks, standard deviation O, Amber's marks, the same standard deviation O, Booty's marks, and the same or equals to standard deviation O, Chan marks. Okay. Also, variance is standard deviation square. Variance of x, the same variance of x minus 1, the same variance of x plus 3, because if we plus any number or subtract any number on the x, their intervals doesn't change. Also the same. For example, between the interval between 9 and 11, 2, the interval 8 and 10 also 2, and the interval between 12 and 14 or the same 2. So the interval don't change, the intervals don't change, so standard deviation and variance don't change. Okay. And then if we had looked at the this table, and this table cost is y, distance is x, and the cost mean uh, mean this for distance fourfold plus 3. For example, 7 is 4 multiply 1 plus 3. 11 4 multiply 2 plus 3, and 15 4 multiply 3 plus 3. So the y value is fourfold x plus 3. And if you look at the if you look at the relationship of mean about x and y, we can say the mean of the mean of x, the mean of x, we can say these letters, and the mean of y, and also 4x plus 3. So the mean of y 4 multiply the mean of x plus 3. So the same relationship about mean. But if you look at their interval, for example, the interval is 1 and 2 is 1, but when you write the y 4x plus 3, 1 becomes 7, and 2 becomes 4 multiply 2 plus 3 becomes 11. So the interval of y becomes 4. So please notice that multiplied x by 4, and the interval becomes 4. So the intervals, if the intervals becomes 4, if we can say that standard deviation x, so for example it's p value, and if we want to write the standard deviation 4x plus 3, and becomes 4p. Okay, because their interval changed, and when the interval of distance 1, but cost, the interval of cost becomes 4, because we multiply 4, we multiply x by 4. And briefly, I want to some practice for you can understand better. And for example, the mean of x x becomes, for example, and the standard deviation, for example, standard deviation of x, we can say any letter. For example, it means p, and the variance the variance of x, for example, m. Or we can say standard deviation of x as standard the variance of x y. And if we write the mean of, for example, x plus 3, the mean of x minus 2, the mean of 2x plus 5, the mean of 7x minus 4, and it becomes the mean of x plus 3, the mean of x minus 2, the mean of 2 multiply the mean of x plus 5, and 7 multiply the mean of x minus 4. Okay, if we say the mean of x here, so the mean of x plus 3 becomes like this, and the mean of x minus 2 like this, and the mean of 2x plus 5 like this. Okay, and for example, the standard deviation, the standard deviation of x, we set that as, if I want to write, standard deviation x plus 4, the standard deviation of x minus 5, standard deviation of 2x plus 1, for example, and standard deviation 3x minus 2, and standard deviation, for example, 2x minus 3 over 5. Okay, please notice that the x multiplied 1, the x multiplied 1, because the factor of x 1. Okay, and so this equals to standard deviation of x plus 4 equals to also 1 multiply s. Please remember that we set that the standard deviation x s, and the standard deviation x minus 5 multiply 1 multiply s. Please notice that the standard deviation of 2x plus 1, 2 multiply s. Excuse me that. And the standard deviation 3x minus 2, 3 multiply s, and the standard deviation 2x minus 3 over 5 is equals to 2 over 5 s. Okay, and please remember that variance is standard deviation square. So for example, if we can say the variance of x v and variance of x plus 4, the variance of x minus 3, the variance of 3x plus 1, for example, the variance of 5x minus 2, the variance of 2x over 11, also the variance of 3x minus 1 over 5, we can say, and we can give these examples. And then please notice that the factor of x is 1. The factor is x. The factor of x is 1. So we can write the variance of x plus 4 1 square multiply the variance of x. This 1 square the variance of x. Also we set the variance of x v, so this is equals to v, and the variance of 3x plus 1 also 3 squared the variance of x, so 9v, and the variance of 5x minus 2 and equals to 5 square multiply the variance of x, so 25v, and the variance of 2x over 11, so 2 over 11 square the variance of x, so and 4 over 121 v, and the variance of 3x minus 1 over 5 means 3 over 5 square the variance of x means 9 over 25 v. Okay, and please notice that this section, because these are very important about the problems, and we will solve some problems about these sections. Okay, now we can start to solve some worked example. Each year, Upchester United plays against Upchester City in a local derby match. The number of goals scored in a match by United is denoted by U, and the number of goals scored in a match by City denoted by C. The number of goals scored in the past 15 matches are summarized these, and they give us some questions. And I want to write some summarized the values. For example, for United, Upchester United value denoted by U, and U, the sum of U minus 1 square is 25. The sum of U minus 1, 9. And also they have and they make 15 matches each other together. So the n means 15, and then the other club, Upchester City. So Upchester City denoted by C, and they give us the sum of C square, 39, the sum of C 19, and also n, or the number of match opposite the United Upchester United, so 15, because the same and each other match day. And now they ask us some question. How many goals have been scored altogether in these 15 match. Okay. And then the scores also denoted by U, and we should find the U. And the scores denoted by C, and the sum of C, already is given 19. Okay, and then I want to find the U. I want to find the U. This if I write the sum of U minus 1 over n means U minus the mean of U minus 1, the mean of U minus 1, the mean of U minus 1. So we can say the mean of U minus 1, the mean of U minus 1, the mean of U minus 1. So 9 over 15, 9 over 15 means the mean of U minus 1. And the mean of U means 24 over 24 over 15. 24 over 15. And then the mean of U, the mean of U means the sum of U over n, 24 over 15, the sum of U over 15, and we can say the sum of U is 24. The sum of U means scored goals by United Upchester United. Okay, and Upchester United scores we could find 24, and Upchester City goals has goals 19, and then the sum of how many goals have been scored altogether in these 15 matches. The one of club has 24 goals, and the one of the other club has 19 goals. So the total 43 goals. Okay, and show that the sum of U square 58. The sum of U square 58. The sum of U square related regards to standard deviation or variance. So I want to write the variance about Upchester United. So the variance of U minus 1 also the same the variance of U, because U the factor of U 1, the factor of U 1, so also the same. And the variance of U minus 1 means the sum of U minus 1 square over n minus the mean of U minus 1 over n square. And the variance of U means the sum of U square over n minus the mean of U square. Okay, and then the sum of U minus 1 square means 25 over 15. and we found the mean of u minus 1, 9 over 15. So we can write 9 over 15 instead of here, instead of these. So 9 over 15 square, and the sum of u square over 15 minus the mean of u. The mean of u, we found 24 over 15. 24 over 15. 24 over 15 square. Okay, and then we can write 25 over 15 minus 81 over 225 plus, because becomes plus, so 576 over 225, and then means the mean of the sum of u square over 15. And then if we this part this part multiply by 15 becomes 25 minus 81 over 15 plus 576 over 15 means the sum of u square. The sum of u square. And I want to use my calculate. I want to use my calculate means 576 minus 81 becomes 495 over 15 33, excuse me, 33, and 25 plus 33, the sum of u square is 58. And also they set the sum of u square 58. Okay, find the correct to 3 decimal places the variance of the number of goals scored by the two teams together in these 15 match. Okay, we want to find both kulüp variance, and I want to write the sum of u square and the sum of c square. The sum of u square we found 58, and the sum of c square 39, and we found the mean of u here 24 over 15, and also the sum of u, the sum of u, 24, and the mean of c, or the sum of c, 19, the sum of c 19. Okay, the sum of c 19. Yes, and the Upchester United has 15 match. So for Upchester United has an equals to 15, and Upchester City has 15 match, also the same, because their all mates becomes altogether. So n equals to 15. And if we want to variance of both group, for example T, we write the sum of u square plus the sum of c square over, please notice that the Upchester United has 15 match, and also the Upchester City has 15 match. These 15 match own the Upchester United. These 15 match own the Upchester City, minus the sum of u plus the sum of c over 15 plus 15. This is the mean of altogether matches. The mean of altogether match goals, total goals. So square, and the variance of T means the sum of u square 58, the sum of c square 39 over 30, minus the sum of u 24, the sum of c 19 over 30 square. Okay, so the variance of altogether u and c means 1.179. 1.179. Okay. And now I want to solve one more question. The standard deviation of the prices of a selection of brand name products, $24. $24 means the standard deviation of the prices of selection of brand name products. Imitations of these products are all sold 25% of the brand name price. Okay, and find the variance of the prices of the imitations. Okay, the real prices, the standard deviation of the real prices is, we can say x is $24. But the imitations standard deviation of imitations 25 are sold at 25% of the brand name price. So we can say we around the standard deviation 25 over 100 multiply x. So it means standard deviation 1 over 4x. Please remember that about the beginning of this lesson, it means 1 over 4 multiply standard deviation of x, and 1 over 4 multiply 24, because standard deviation of x 24. So we can say standard deviation 1 over 4x means 6. But we want to find the variance of prices of imitation. So the variance of 1 over 4x or the variance of the prices of the imitation, like standard deviation square. So 6 square and 36. Okay, And I want to one more question because I have 5 more minutes. Given that here and find the value of x square. Okay. Now, if we know the sum of 3x minus 1 square, 9136, the sum of 3x minus 1, 53, and n values 10. Okay, and we can find the standard deviation 3x minus 1. It means the sum of 3x minus 1 square over n minus the sum of 3x minus 1 over n square. And standard deviation 3x minus 1 means 9136 over 10 minus 53 over 10 square, and standard deviation of 3x minus 1. I want to look at the result because use the short time. It means, okay, it mean okay, it means 9 multiply. Okay, I want to calculate 5.3 square, 5.3 square. Okay, 28.09. This 28.09. This part, 913.6 and minus 913.6 means 885.51. 85 point 551. Okay, now, and we can say standard deviation of 3x minus 1 means, please notice that these have has 3 factor. So 3 square, excuse me, this is variance. This formula, you know, about variance, okay, and and about variance, and 3 square multiply the variance of x. So 3 9 multiply the variance of x, and you know we found 885.51 means 9 multiply the variance of x, and then over 9 98.39 the variance of x, 98 over 39. And as you remember, the variance of x means the sum of x square over n minus the mean of x square, and it means 98.39. And then the mean of 3x minus 1 over 9 means 3 multiply the mean of x minus 1. And this section equals to 53 over 10, so 5.3. And it means the mean of ex 2.1. And we can write here 2.1. The mean of x square over 10 minus 2.1 square, and equals to 98.39. And then the mean of x square 1028. 1028. Okay. Now in this lesson we made some practice, and for now have a good lesson and have a good day.